Are you constantly feel sad or angry? Feel bad about yourself, worthless, guilty, or just wrong in some way? How about being extremely sensitive to criticism? Having trouble concentrating, feel helpless or hopeless, and thinking about death or suicide? Well, let's talk about that. Welcome to Late Night Talks with Anne. This is my first podcast episode for tonight. Time check, it's 12:22 a.m. And I would like to address a few concerns about depression, especially nowadays. I hope you guys are fine and safe wherever you are today, and I hope this episode would be of great help for you just in case you're experiencing depression. But I really hope you're not. And depression can be hard to recognize, especially for teens or teenagers. Depression can be even more difficult to detect. And based on my experience, they are more likely to display or act out their feelings. Sometimes it may be difficult for parents to recognize it because of the busy schedule at work and household chores to be done on a daily basis. And most of the time, teenagers who are depressed may not really appear sad or depressed to others. I spent almost 4 years both in private and public school dealing with students' dilemma, and I really heard some of the stories they have, problems they've gone through, and stuff they don't talk about at home. And it's kind of difficult for them because depression is actually a serious mood disorder that can change the way you think, feel, and function in your daily life. It might cause problems at home, school, or in your social life. Depression is far more common in teenagers than you may think. Stuff like increase of academic pressures, social challenges, and hormonal changes. It is sometimes part of a psychological problem like, say for example, low self-esteem, negative self-concept, stress in the environment, or trauma. And I think it is the changes that we are experiencing that contributes to confusion and emotional breakdown. It can be problems in relationships or, feeling of isolation. If your negative feelings caused by depression become so overwhelming that you can't see any solution besides harming yourself or others, seriously, you need to get help right away. Asking for help when you're in the midst of such strong emotion can be, really difficult, but it's vital you reach out to someone you trust. It can be a friend, a family member, or teacher. For example, if you don't feel that you have any more or anyone to talk to, or think that talking to a stranger might be easier, you can actually call a suicide helpline. You'll be able to speak in confidence to someone who understands that what you're going through and can help you deal with your feelings. And there is always another solution, even if you can't see it right now, because many people who have survived a suicide attempt say that they did it because they mistakenly felt there was no other solution to a problem they were experiencing. And at the time, they couldn't see another way out. But the truth is, they didn't really want to die. Remember that no matter how badly you feel, this emotion will actually pass. And having thoughts of hurting yourself or others does not make you a bad person. Because depression can make you think and feel things that are out of character. No one should judge you or condemn you for these feelings if you are brave enough to talk about them. If your feelings are uncontrollable, you have to tell yourself to wait 24 hours before you take any action. This can give you time to really think things through and give yourself some distance from the strong emotions that are plaguing you. And during this 24-hour period, try to talk to someone, anyone, as long as they are not another suicidal or depressed person. And if you're afraid you can't control yourself, you make sure you are never alone. Even if you can't, verbalize your feelings, you just have to stay in public places or hang out with your friends or family members or go to a movie, anything to keep you from being by yourself and in danger. And for anyone listening this, it is not really good for me or anyone else to try and make you get help. Yes, at the early stages of depression or with a mild depression, things like getting out, for a walk, doing something you enjoy, or talking to a friend can help. But with a longer lasting, deeper depression, all of these things can feel too hard, and I understand. This is also what makes it so hard to come out of it alone. There's actually need to be an acceptance that depression is a part of your life now. You have to allow to be there, allow it to be there. Own up to it for yourself. It is actually the counterproductive to keep pretending to be okay. And you should allow yourself the time needed to get through this. It does really take time. There's no magic cure, but as slowly as it developed, it can slowly get better. Before depression, it was too hard to imagine what you were going through right now. Just as now, it is really hard to imagine ever feeling better. But do not allow not being able to imagine a better future put you off making, new changes now. I know it's impossible as it seems to do. You need to get help from somewhere. Be it, your doctor, a professional, or that person that is always there trying to urge you out of this. None of these people will do it perfectly for you, but they will support you, and you need to allow that to happen. There is always a resistance, and sometimes the biggest battle can be making that choice to allow others to help. And I really hope this gets easier for you. I hope you find a way out of this. I really hope you get that sense of control back. And lots of people have been through depression and come out on the other side. I hope you can find someone who understands what you're going through. Because, hope is one of those things that disappears with depression. So for now, I will hope for you until you find that hope again for yourself. And if you have, questions, comments, and suggestions, you can actually reach me out. You can comment down below.